the most common things I hear still when talking about internet privacy is still things like, well, I don't really care that much about privacy, I don't have anything to hide, I don't do anything illegal, don't do anything bad, what do I have to lose? And on the other hand, also things I hear a lot are, well, why would a giant company or the government care about what I as a normal person do anyway? And well, the reality is that you have plenty of stuff to hide, and I am 99% sure of that, even if you may not realize it yourself yet. And governments and big corporations have more than enough reason to care about your data. With all of this in mind, I'm starting a new video series today which will be titled Why Internet Privacy Matters. Starting today with the video, you do have stuff to hide. Now at first thought, that might seem like a very valid point. After all, you're not doing anything bad, you're not doing anything illegal. What do you have to lose by losing your privacy? Why not just let everybody know everything? But privacy isn't necessarily about being able to do wrong or illegal things. It's also just about having that extra layer of protection so that when people in power change and that people change laws and that things like IT security fail you, that you do have that extra layer of protection. It's privacy that helps you in those situations when things go wrong. It's about you being able to choose how much privacy you need, and you might not always need that much privacy, but things can change, and taking back your privacy once you've already given it up will be a whole lot harder than somewhat claiming it when you start with everything. Your data might be very interesting to someone someday in a very bad sense. It's also just about having the opportunity to think about things, to search things up, to do research in general before having that go public. That's also a form of privacy, and in a world where IT surveillance is that invasive, that's just not something that's possible. And that is very much a bad thing, because that is what allows you to form a real opinion of your own that isn't influenced by external parties that are using that gathered data to influence your opinions. It's also all about having the freedom to choose what you don't and do want to tell to certain people and entities. Take this scenario for example. You have suspicions that you're gay, for example, but you're not sure yet, or you're just not ready yet to come out with that information. It's privacy that gives you that freedom to choose when and how and to who you're going to come out with that information. And the second that you give out that information in any way possible to anyone, it's not only your choice anymore who gets to know that. That other person or entity that knows that by then also has that choice now. And if a company deems that there's more money to be made by violating your privacy than by respecting it, then they will take that opportunity. And with modern algorithms and AI, they will not need a literal "I think that I am gay" from you to know that about you. They can combine information that they have collected about you by everything that you do on their platform. That's already how it is today. Don't underestimate what these companies can do to gather that information and what they can do with the information that they already have. Information that seems unimportant to you can be much more important and impactful than you can imagine right now. It's the same reason why you have a very different relationship with different groups of people. For example, you will maybe tell every last detail of what you did last weekend when you were at the club or at a festival, for example, But you won't do that with your boss because the interests of both of you do not align as well as you do with your friend. You have a different relationship. There's an imbalance of power there with your boss that isn't there with your friend. You have a valid reason to trust your friend that you don't have with your boss. It's that distinction that you can only make when there is a certain level of privacy that allows you to make that decision for yourself. And all of this is no different on the internet. I do not understand why people make such a big difference out of internet privacy and real life privacy. It's the same way on the internet. Just because you choose to trust that friend to not do bad stuff with the political statements, for example, that you're making in the chat with him, does not mean that you should be trusting that company with that same information. They shouldn't be able to listen to every single thing that you do on their platform, because too many of these big tech companies have proven many times over that they will do everything that they can with that information if it makes them money. Companies like Google, like Meta, like Microsoft did not become some of the biggest companies by selling respectable products and respecting your privacy. They did so by abusing you in every single way that they could, by abusing the system in every single way that they could, and they will continue to do so as long as they are allowed to. They will sell it, they will put you into filter bubbles, they will use it to keep you addicted to their platforms, they will use it to push their political agenda, they will push it to do everything that they think will make them more money. And the effect that that has on you as a person, on your mental health, on the health of the world in general, on society in general, is something that they could not care less about. They care about their pockets, about their power that they are gathering, about the information that they are gathering. They do not care about you or anything else. Now, all of this might not sound very convincing for you, which is completely fine by me. I bring my own opinion here and nothing more than that. Or you already did agree with me, or you were convinced by this video maybe, or all of this just left you with more questions than before. That's also a possibility, of course. Well, in all of these cases, I invite you happily to subscribe and click the bell icon on this video right now. I will bring more tech and privacy related videos in the future. I will continue to bring improvements to this channel as we go along with this relaunch. Hopefully I'll see you in that next video, and hopefully you'll leave a comment.